I have a beautiful, colorful, fun, summer looking palette that just landed in my collection that just so happens to also be a much, much cheaper alternative to a palette I have always wanted. Hello, my gorgeous ones. Welcome to Aleisha Budget Beauty. My name is Aleisha. Here on my channel, I love all things affordable fashion, beauty, and fragrance. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews, eyeshadow palette looks and reviews, all sorts of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. All right, you guys, I'm super, super excited to show you guys this palette and to get it on my eyes. And it is the brand new palette from Alter Ego Beauty, and it is Mystique. Let's just take a minute for how pretty this packaging is. They've been doing such a good job on their packaging. The cover art, you know, it is cardboard, but it's very durable, feels really nice quality. And it's just so bright and fun. It reminds me of like Carnival, like Rio. It's like, you know, like a parrot. It is summer looking all the way. And here's what it looks like on the inside. And it's funny, you guys, because I get this quite a bit before they started teasing it on their social media. And so I got this, I didn't know it was coming, got it. I do get this in PR. And when I opened it, I was like, what does this look like? What is this palette? This palette looks like something. If you don't know, Alter Ego does inspired by palettes from much more expensive, you know, designer, luxury, higher end brands. And so I knew this would be, you know, like a dupe of something. And it took me a minute, and then it finally clicked, and I was like, Circo Loco from Natasha Denona. And that is a palette I have always wanted and could never justify the price, and probably never will. We were talking like $129, I think, versus $22. And I was, as soon as I realized that that's what it was, I was like, oh my gosh, I finally have my Circo Loco, but just, you know, laid out differently and buy Alter Ego instead. So I'm definitely going to create a few looks for you guys. I'm not sure how many yet. We're just going to kind of see how it goes, but I can't wait to dip into this. And I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys the swatches over here. I was swatching this out. It's kind of like a desaturated rainbow, in my opinion. It's not the most pigmented when it comes to like the mattes in here, and the shimmers are very pretty, very sparkly and shiny, but also a little bit more on the subtle side as well. So I have a feeling, I definitely have to test this out to see, but I have a feeling this is going to be one of those kind of buildable formulas. And I think maybe that will be better for some, because Natasha Denona's mattes can be, you know, pretty right out the gate, pretty pigmented and bold. And I think a color story like this might be really scary for some, as far as if it's going to be ultra pigmented, but it's also these, you know, saturated sort of rainbow shades. That might be scary. But if it's more of a buildable formula, that might be more appealing to some. You know, it is a rainbow palette, but then it also isn't. I think at first glance you think it is, but we don't really have, you know, like the greens in here. We don't have, you know, red. You do have the orange, pink, and the blue teal, and a little bit of like a dark purple. So it's not quite rainbow, sort of reminiscent of it. To me, it's just giving really, really tropical vibes, which I love. It's also giving me day to night as well. So I'm imagining, you know, I'm like in Brazil and I'm going daytime here, and then at night you could switch over to this side. So I'm really excited to go ahead and play with this. So let's go ahead and get into look number one. All right, so I think what I want to do first is sort of like a sunset vibe and play with the pinks and the orange, a little bit of the purple, and I'm taking the shade Flora, the brightest pink, and I'm just going to pack, oh, okay, there is quite a bit of pigment in here actually. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that much pigment from the swatches, but yeah, we do have some pigment. Maybe I'm eating my words, but it also isn't so much so, you know, that I think would be too scary. I think we gotta see how it blends out. Some but I wasn't expecting that pigment. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with Papaya, and that is the orange shade. I'm just gonna pack that on right next to it. Yeah, that's got some good pigment too. Really, really pretty. I mean, as those are coming together, it's definitely like a sunset. You guys, this is so weird for me to put on eyeshadow with just a little mascara. If you've seen other videos, sometimes I do put on eyeshadow with like full lashes, faux lashes, and wing liner and everything, but never just with like a little bit of mascara. I had to do a video before this showing a complexion product, and they wanted like pretty natural looking makeup on in the video. So like no faux lashes and like wing. So I just put on like a tiny bit of mascara, and now some of the liner has like fallen down here, so it looks like I have liner, or some of the mascara has fallen down here, so it looks like I have liner. But yeah, this is kind of weird for me. But ooh, okay, those blend together really, really, really pretty. And by the way, I am using the number 8 Alter Ego brush. I do really like their brushes. I do have their primer on my lids as well. Then Untamed is this lighter, real light pink. Ooh, I like how that looks blended into the orange. It kind of gives a peachy tone. Those are really pretty blended together. I really, really like that. Okay, next I think I want to go in with Azure. So it kind of looks like a purpley blue. And I just want to kind of lay that down right here. Oh yeah, I like this shade. Okay, I'm eating my words. There's quite a bit of pigment here. And I mean, really, really, really nice mattes here. That shade is really pretty. I'm not sure that I had another purple quite this shade, which is always a good thing when you have a large collection and you get a palette in, and as you're using a shade, you're like, wait a minute, this is new. This fills a gap somewhere. I mean, I'd have to look at like my blend bunnies to see, like perhaps I have a shade like that in there, but that is really, really pretty. Okay, I went ahead and caught up the other eye. This is so pretty. This is like in real time. This is exciting to me. In real time, I'm being kind of blown away by this palette and really, really excited about it. And I love that. I love that for me, and I love it for you guys if you're interested in this palette. Okay, Monsoon, I'm gonna go in with down here. This is one of those sort of cream formulas that Natasha Denona has, that Alter Ego does as well, that I don't always love. It's like a cream to matte formula, but honestly, as long as it's pigmented, I don't mind it too much, which this shade is working pretty well. So it just has like a little bit of like a sheen to it. So that is going on the lower lash line and actually looking pretty nice. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with Feisty, which is, I think, another one of those same sort of formulas. This is orange. Yeah, it's that same. I'm starting to appreciate this type of formula more. When I first started using them, I wasn't a huge fan, but I'm starting to like it a little bit more. But I know Natasha Denona puts it in hers, so I get why Alter Ego is doing that. You guys, these mattes I'm impressed with. So my favorite Alter Ego palettes are the Mirage, a dupe of the Empower palette from Huda, and then the Wildwood palette, which is a dupe of the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. Those are my two favorites. Highly, highly, highly recommend them. And they also started doing the magnetic pans. So these have magnetic pans, which is awesome if you want to move them around. But I just always wanted that dang Circo Loco palette, but just so expensive. And no. So this is very, very exciting. Okay, now for the shimmer, I think I want to do a little bit of Wild, the pink, just right here. I want to leave this purple pretty matte, so I'm just gonna try to lay that down a little bit right here. That's a pretty tone. I like this pink. Not the most sparkly. It's more of a really smooth, kind of opaque type of shimmer. So not the most sparkly, but I do really, really like the tone of that. Okay, next I think I'm gonna go in with Jungle, the orange shimmer, and pop that right here. Ooh, that's pretty. Really, really, really pretty. I'm loving these tones. It is so much. I think they're so pretty. So vibrant and rich. Yes. Okay, for inner corner, I think I'm gonna go with Free. This one kind of, sort of like a green gold in here. And I'm just gonna pop that. Oh yeah. I really, really like, ooh, yeah, I love this shade. Okay, that is so pretty. I love this shade. It has a nice foil to it. Like nice metallic foil finish. Definitely stands out. Okay, love. Love, 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 love. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. I feel like an exotic bird for sure. And I was gonna say this Mystique, and then the cover also kind of reminds me of like Cirque du Soleil. Yes, oh my gosh. Okay, Alicia, think. It's Monday, okay? My brain's fried from baseball tournaments all weekend. But yes, that's what this kind of reminds me of. You know, it'd be like really pretty for that type of makeup too, like dramatic, you know, performance makeup, but beautiful. Okay, love this. I'm gonna put on the lashes and be right back. Okay, so here is the look with the lashes and liner. So pretty, you guys. So pretty. And I forgot to point out, I'm sure you already noticed, the rearrangement of this. Circo Loco, perfect name for it, is Loco. It's crazy, like the layout, the colors, everything. I was kind of drawn to that chaos, but this definitely makes more sense, absolutely. I think this will be so much more appealing to people than the Circo Loco random layout. So first look, absolutely love, but let's go ahead and create another look. All right, you guys, next look, and I think this is gonna be it. I think I'm just gonna do 2 looks because I actually, how many did I use yesterday? 6, 7, 8, I think. And this is a 15 pan. So I think I can get the rest of them in today. So onwards and upwards. I've got lots to review for you guys. So I'm gonna keep this one at 2 looks. I typically like to do 3 or 4. But since I'm gonna use every shade within 2, we're gonna keep it at that. So I am gonna start with Midnight, bottom corner here. And you know, like I was saying, there's not a ton of mattes in here. This is another one of those kind of cream to powder formulas in this shade. But okay, it's pretty though. It's not quite as deep as if it were a regular matte. But that is a pretty shade and it is building up. So yeah, we only have 4 true mattes in here, and it's heavy on the shimmers and then the cream to powder, but they're just following the same format that the Natasha Denona Circo Loco palette was, keeping it true to the inspiration. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with Live, the shade right here. And just kind of blend that in. So this is a shimmer, and typically I don't usually put shimmers up here in the crease and blending in to what would normally be a matte, but I thought let's just play with this. Let's do something a little different for me anyway. But I think that that's looking good. It's different than, you know, using a brush and kind of packing it on is different than if I were just tapping it down with the finger. I think that's blending in pretty nicely. If you want this palette to stretch as far as versatility of what would typically be mattes on the eyes, you're gonna have to use some of the shimmers or those cream to powders in a different way like that. Okay, now I'm gonna take Sky, which is a matte, or is this a cream to, you know what, no, I think this is a cream. Yeah, never mind, sorry. This is one of the cream to powders. So it's this lightest sky blue, and just kind of blend it in. Honestly, I really think that that shimmer worked really nicely. It's the type of shimmer formula that, like I was saying, it's kind of that smooth, metallic-y, shiny, but not real textured, not real gritty, sparkly. So I think because of that, this actual like shimmer texture really works as a replacement for a matte. And those blend nicely together. Okay, now I think I'm gonna try to take Macaw. That is this kind of royal blue shimmer. And I'm just gonna see what it looks like coming out this way. Ooh, I kind of like that. This gives some peacock vibes over here. Yeah, this does definitely, the turquoise into this royal blue is definitely giving me some peacock energy. I like that though. I wanted to get a little bit closer just to show you guys. I really like that. It's kind of surprising me how much I like a shimmer in places that I don't typically put them. So I like that this palette is making me do something a little bit different than the norm. I do actually really like that. So as far as, I'm still deciding lower lash line, but on the top, I think, okay, I'm gonna go in with Rare because we haven't used that. So I for sure wanna get that on. That's pretty. I was thinking I really want to add some orange in here somewhere. I just haven't decided if I want it in the inner corner or on top of the lid. So I'm kind of putting this right in the middle in case I decide to do orange out here. But I also think it would be fun as an inner corner. Yeah, that's really pretty though. I am liking these shimmers a lot. I think the formula is really nice. I think it's a very flattering shimmer formula. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with Aura. This kind of metallic-y silver, but I think that there's like a hint of maybe some lilac in here, ever so slight, maybe? I think there is. Doesn't seem just like a straight silver, which I actually appreciate. That all blends nice. It's also giving me ocean vibes. It could be a peacock in an ocean. That's kind of what I feel like here, but really pretty. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do is Macaw, which is what I used right here, this blue with the brush. I'm gonna use the finger to just lay down right here in this outer corner. I think I am gonna go in with the orange. Maybe, ooh, maybe lower lash line is where we can put the orange. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. All right, so I'm gonna go in with Papaya, the matte orange, and put that on the lower lash line. And then I'm probably gonna just go in with Feisty right under it, a little bit closer in. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with Bare again. That's that really pretty baby blue shimmer, the one that's on the middle. And I'm gonna pop that right here. Ooh, so pretty. I love that so much. I feel definitely like an exotic bird again. Oh my goodness, totally. Super, super pretty. And I don't have on any mascara on my lower lashes yet. So I think once I get that on, it's really gonna come together. So I'm gonna go do that and come back and we'll wrap up Mystique. All right, you guys, so the mascara is on. Here's what we're working with. Super pretty. Honestly, I'm actually really, really surprised by this palette, if I am being honest. Now, I've grown to really, really enjoy Alter Ego. The Wildwood palette is one of my favorites of this whole entire year. And I just wasn't sure when I swatched this how pigmented and vibrant this would be, but I was wrong about doubting that. Also, the formulas in here, as far as the shimmers, really, really beautiful, metallic, shiny without being sparkly. And then that cream to powder, it's growing on me. I think it all blends together so nicely. And I mean, yeah, I think this is great. I think this is a fantastic alternative to Circo Loco. So again, if you've always wanted that palette, but you didn't want to spend the money, I highly recommend it. If you already have that palette, no, I don't think that you need this. And then maybe if you weren't in the market for Circo Loco, I keep wanting to say Circo Loco, but you are looking for like a tropical vibes palette, something punchy, something that gives you like exotic bird type of looks, I think it's fantastic. I really, really do. So it is $22. It is available on Thursday, 10 a.m., I believe, Pacific Standard Time. Again, I do have a code. It will save you 10%. So you will get this baby for 20 bucks. And I think this is a fantastic palette for 20 bucks. Absolutely. Loved my looks. You guys let me know if you're planning on picking this up. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping. Bye.